MAGA is making a fool of themselves again. Listen to this. I believe this is a TikToker by the name of Parker Get a Job.
This doesn't have to resort to name calling. I'm not going to sit on here and
who name calls you?
You're calling me MAGA. Like I'm not.
How is it? That's name calling.
These people are so fucking stupid, man. I swear to God. She's offended by being called MAGA. She thinks it's derogatory.
We said you're MAGA because you support Donald Trump.
It tends to be a derogatory reference.
I'm not even using it in a derogatory way. I'm just saying.
Just like MAGA. Every person who comes on here and instead of just speaking to you calls you beta. We've got it.
Calling someone MAGA is like calling them beta. I love it.
How is me calling you MAGA the same as someone calling me beta?
Look, I also just want to say too, and I mean this in the best possible way. You came on the live also, and you're talking about how undocumented migrants don't deserve due process, and you're now complaining about us being mean to you when you went to deny an entire class of people constitutional rights. I mean, come on here. I mean,
it's difficult.
Who's actually being oppressed?
Okay. Oppressed. I'm not saying any.
She's pretending to be oppressed by being called MAGA. Someone is using a slur against her. MAGA, the slur. Come on.
He's being oppressed. I'm just saying that, listen, millions of people poured into this country illegally, and there has to be a process to get them out.
Yes, it's called due process.
Yes, due process.
Well, we don't have the.
I assumed she was going to say we don't have the resources. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Do you know how long it would take to, I mean, there are, what is Trump's target? 10 million people? Is that how many people he's targeting to deport? Which is insane and unrealistic and everything else, but 10 million, right? 10 million, say one trial every 30 minutes, right? For 8 hours a day. So we could do, we'll be generous. We'll say 10 trials per day, right? Divided by 5 days a week, divided by 52 weeks in a year, do 50 weeks in a year for vacations. So we would need a total of 4,000 immigration judges in the entire United States, 4,000, to give every one of those 10 million people due process. It would take us 12 months. And you know what? If we had 8,000 instead, we could do it in 6 months. If we had 16,000, we could do it in a month and a half, right? Am I doing that math correctly? Yeah, I think so. The point is that this is not an unresolvable problem, this due process thing. It's not a resource problem. We have the resources to do this. It's like when people say we can't afford to have people on Medicaid. What made you think that America is destitute? What gave you the idea that we're dirt fucking poor, that we can't afford anything? We're literally the richest country in the world. And you're telling me we can't afford, school for children? We can't afford to pay for, immigration judges so that there's due process for these people? What are you smoking?
And there has to be a process to get them out.
Yes, due process.
Well, we don't have the.
Anyway, it's just insane, dude. So, more Magapotamians making fools of themselves. Now we got this guy. I actually kind of like this guy, honestly. This guy, I can't tell if he was bamboozled or what. Just listen to this.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate over this, and I really don't give a.
Do it.
But
are you telling me you're going to be canceled for what you're about to say? A lot of hate, you say? That sounds like cancellation. Cancel culture.
But the point is, I've been doing construction work pretty much my entire adult life, over 20 years, 21, 22 years now. Right now on this job I'm on, right now, there are about 5 of us white guys out here. There's probably 2 or 3 black guys, and the rest are Latinos. And I say the rest being 100 to 125 guys. Now I've been on this job for 6 months. And that's been about the average. I wished all these guys would get their citizenship and do things legal, but the point is that they haven't. But if you send all these guys back across the border, everybody says, oh, they're going to raise the wages and all the white guys are going to get these jobs. Bullshit. I don't know what fucking sandcastle you got your head shoved in, or whose ass you got your head shoved in, but no, they're not. I've watched the Americans completely quit working. People my age and younger don't work.
Okay, well, that's not true at all, but whatever.
They don't, and especially ain't gonna do a physical job.
Well, look, the fact is, unemployment rate is, what is it? The unemployment rate is, I'm not getting like a federal one, but I'm getting it like broken down by state. Pennsylvania's 3.5%, Rhode Island's 2.5%. That means like 2.5% of the country is on unemployment. 2.5% of the working age population. And construction can't be done forever. Like, you have a narrow range of time, a narrow window in which you can do construction, right? When your back is good and when you're younger and everything else. How many people is that? Exactly. What is it? 1,000,000 total, maybe? 500,000? 100,000? I don't know. 2% of the working population in the United States, that's between 18 and 35. That is who would have to fill those jobs. Now, how many jobs are we taking away by moving those immigrants across the border? It doesn't matter if people want to work. Those jobs are going to be empty. They're being filled by people who needed jobs, and those jobs needed to be done. By being in our economy, they are growing the economy. That's how economies work. You add more people to it, the economy gets larger.
So all you people saying, oh, they're going to increase the wage, and all these thousands and thousands of white guys are going to get these jobs. Like, have you done lost your mind? I mean, come on. What's going to happen is people like me are going to be sitting at the house because there ain't even enough people to put a crew together to be able to work. Man, this country and government, everybody's just went to man.
Thank you.
Damn, y'all keep working, baby.
Y'all keep working, baby. Anyway, it's just so fucking stupid, dude. Everything about it, it's all so goddamn stupid. Here's another video of a MAGA-Patamian making a fool of herself.
I said, excuse me, I'm trying to buy something.
America.
So?
We're in America.
So?
She's literally standing in the way of people trying to buy and she's saying, you're in America.
So what?
That's none of your business. Stay out of it.
See those floppy arms of hers just winging them around everywhere?
Stay out of it.
I don't need to stay out of it.
I said, excuse me.
For everybody to hear. Stop being ignorant.
A nigger calling me ignorant.
She called her the N-word. Said an N-word is calling me ignorant? This government has emboldened the biggest pieces of on planet Earth to reveal themselves for who they are. Imagine having the balls to say some like that in a store to somebody. I mean, it's bad enough to know that somebody is saying this behind someone else's back in private, but to say it out loud in a store like that, Jesus, dude.
Calling me ignorant.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
Mexico and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness. You are very rude.
No, you're the one that's rude.
I said, excuse me, because I'm trying to grab my medicine.
You told me, you know what you told me, and I...
Yes, I said, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Just go on. Just go on.
Whatever.
Get out of here.
No, I'm not going to get out of here. No. No, I'm not. Because this is my country. Yes, this is my country. Oh, yes, it is.
It's not your country.
Oh, yes, it is. I don't care.
We don't want
I don't care what you want or not.
We do want you here. That's not true.
How rude.
I can't tell what's happening, but I believe a store worker walked up and he said, "We do want you here." That's not true?
We do want you here. That's not true.
Yeah, we do want you here, I think.
How rude. How rude.
No, ma'am. This is inappropriate.
Thank you.
No, ma'am. It's
I
inappropriate.
said, excuse
Speak
me.
for the store.
I'm not here for the store.
He says, "I speak for the store," and she said, "I'm not here for the store."
You're in the store.
Oh my God, dude. How did we get here where acting like this is acceptable? There was a point in time where people would worry about being punched in the face for saying some shit like this. This is embarrassing and sad and a reflection on how far we have fallen as a result of Donald Trump. Who wants to bet on who she voted for? You want to bet that she voted for Donald Trump? How can anybody say that Trump loves the black community? He's helping the black community. He's so good on race. He, votes for Democrats and stuff. How can people say that with a straight face? Absolutely vile. Like, I don't want to get into this too much because this is a story that's been covered into the ground, but Trump says Musk's relationship over, warns of serious consequences if he funds Democrats. That's fascinating, right? Trump says Elon Musk will face consequences, serious ones, if he funds Democrats. Trump said on Saturday his relationship with the billionaire donor Elon Musk is over and warned there would be serious consequences if Musk funds U.S. Democrats running against Republicans who vote for the president's sweeping tax and spending bill. In a telephone interview with NBC News, Trump declined to say what those consequences would be and went on to add that he had not had discussions about whether to investigate Musk. Asked if he thought his relationship with the Tesla and SpaceX CEO was over, Trump said, "I would assume so, yeah." No, Trump told NBC when he asked if he had any desire to repair his relationship with Musk. "I have no intention of speaking to him," Trump said. However, Trump said he'd not thought about terminating U.S. government contracts with Musk's Starlink satellite internet or SpaceX rocket launch companies. Okay, interesting. Musk and Trump began exchanging insults this week as Musk denounced Trump's bill as a disgusting abomination. Yeah, I believe the bill removed EV credits, EV subsidies. Basically, the government pays Tesla for, every vehicle that they sell, and Trump removed them. I think that's why he kind of lost it. The bill narrowly passed the House last month and is now before the Senate, where Trump's fellow Republicans are considering making changes. Nonpartisan analysts estimate the measure would add $2.4 trillion to the $36.2 trillion U.S. debt over 10 years, which worries many lawmakers, including some Republicans who are fiscal hawks. Yeah, you know where that $2.4 trillion is coming from? It's tax cuts to the rich, not to me and you, to the rich. He's cutting taxes for filthy rich billionaires. Anyway, the point is that the Elonald Mump breakup is here, and I am loving every second of it. Anyway, tell me what you think.